Section 3, why you should focus on building pipelines. Now this is a beautiful concept which will enhance your financial blueprint, your money blueprint, once you get your head around this, and it's very, very simple. So to explain it, I'm going to use a story. Now there was a village in Middle Earth that the elders decided they had enough of carting water from the local lake into the village holding tank. People getting fed up, people unreliable, so they said, okay, we've got a bit of money behind us, let's put a contract out and we'll get other people to do it, who are paid to do it. So they actually awarded 2 contracts, one to Bob, one to Jim. They thought, okay, if we have 2 doing it, a bit of competition, it should keep everything flowing nicely. So they both take the contract. Immediately Jim gets a couple of steel buckets and starts going from the lake to the holding tank as many times he could, because they're being paid by the bucket load. Now Bob, on the other hand, disappears completely. Jim's happy because he's the only one bringing water, and he's getting paid. Every trip he makes, he gets paid per bucket. Bob's nowhere to be seen. Anyway, this goes on for a few months, and then one day, out of nowhere, Bob just appears. He's not on his own. He's brought a small construction crew. He's got a load of plans, and before you know it, he's building a pipeline, getting local bamboo. He's building a pipeline from the lake all the way to the holding tank. Now this takes a couple of months to do. Now Jim's a little bit worried, but he keeps filling his buckets. Anyway, long story short, what happens? Bob builds this pipeline from the lake that is basically going to run 24 hours a day, cuts off once the tank's full, water's used, it refills it. Now, Jim, on the other hand, has to constantly keep working. Now, what Bob has done is created a pipeline for the solution, whereas Jim is using buckets. So the story, as you'll see in the written pack, is buckets or pipelines. Now it's a metaphor. Now if you think back to the financial blueprint and the cash flow quadrant, if we look at buckets, in fact let's draw the quadrant. We've got employee, self-employed on the left hand side, business owner, and investor on the right hand side. Now what Jim has done with the buckets is effectively becoming, well, self-employed. He's self-employed, it's his contract, but he has to work to deliver the water to the holding tank. If he has a day off, he doesn't get paid because there's no water. Meanwhile, what Jim has done is created a pipeline, grown a business. He went away, put the time and effort in, created a pipeline, so he gets paid for every bucket that's delivered, and he's getting paid every day, 365 days a year, and he doesn't have to be there. As long as it's running, he might have to maintain it once in a while. However, once he's built that and he's getting well paid without being there, what can he now do? He can go and take that same model and go to other villages and create more and more. Okay, so the question is buckets or pipelines, but it comes back to this, same as cash flow, the cash flow quadrant. It's using ways to create pipelines in your life. So there's only so many hours that you can devote to working, and it's what can you do to set up pipelines so money flows and increases your wealth while you're doing other things. The more you set up, the wealthier you become. Now this is just a beautiful little story, as you'll see in the written version, just to embed that financial blueprint. Okay, you'll see later we're going to talk about the 2 ways to earn money, and you'll see one is exchanging your time for it, the others is having your money work for you, and that's what the pipeline does. So it's just a very, very simple metaphor, but it's very, very powerful. And it's something that we encourage you to do, and we'll give you practical ways to do this as we go through the program. Okay, thanks for watching section 3. We'll see you on section 4.